I haven't had a funded account in 90 days. Now since this video released where I lost every funded account I owned right before quitting futures. After that, I left the trade on CFD prop firms to save money because I was down to my last couple $1,000s with no job, but all the same rent and expenses to pay. I still dealt with tilting, heavy drawdown, and all the Canon struggles that traders go through. But after blowing one account, I locked in and spent zero money on evaluations these past 2 months, and the streak of not being funded ended today. I have received my new funded account from Funding Pips, and from here on, every trade I take will actually be towards earning a living from trading. I'll quickly recap Monday and Tuesday, then go over the rules of the funded account and how I plan to bring in money. Let's get into it. So starting off on Monday, it's a new month, so just opening up the monthly chart just to look at it. It's not too important, but you can see we have NQ trading into this monthly gap, and we also have an SMT with the previous month's low. And here's the new month opening up. Right, just using all charts, we're clearly near some highs on NQ. We have these equal highs here. ES, we already took that same high, and we still have highs above, and YM just took out this high, and RTY has all these failure swings above as well. So just one-sided bullish really. Just coming into the day, it's pretty decoupled. As you can see, NQ is super low in the range, while ES is kind of in the middle, while YM is just super bullish. So we have a fill, or we have an SMT with a fill of this new week opening gap, so pretty bullish really. And then this looks like some low resistance liquidity. There's no expansion down besides this one candle really. So I want to see something, so I want to see these highs get ran. So what I saw was basically we had this SMT with London low, right, with NQ and ES, but then NQ is closing a bullish PSP here on the 15 minute. So we have a strength switch PSP, and then we're expanding away. So that's just a strength switch at the reversal, which makes everything more higher probable. And then we have a 15-minute SMT fill as this low we take it out on NQ, and on ES and YM it's a fair value gap. So that's a little SMT fill there. So I just take this 3-minute CSE right off of that because we have an immediate reaction at 9 o'clock. So that's why I get in, and I get like slipped to hell. Like you can see, like the candle never even made it here. I don't even know how that happened, if I'm being honest. Maybe I entered like right after here, but yeah, pretty much top ticked the move. We started to recover a little bit after coming close to my stop loss. Then I moved it to this low, gotten a little bit of profit, and ended up dumping a little bit before the open, which right here, like 4 minutes before the open, it dumped and stopped me out. And that loss was for 0.9 R pretty much. So basically a full size loss. I only needed like 1200 to pass the account at this time, so I just risked like the normal 500 instead of trying to go over. And yeah, it's a full loss there. And then I didn't actually have any recordings of the rest of the session, but as you know, everyone and their moms pretty much caught longs on this. And I thought about taking it here just because like discretionary, like it's valid to take, but there wasn't actually a setup here. And then at 10 o'clock, there was actually like a valid reason to take it, but my limit was like at this candle's open, and it has never filled me. I should have just taken this 5-minute for value gap or even a 3-minute, and I would have been able to hold it all the way up to my daily targets, because this line right here is just the high of day, and this is the line I wanted. So I could have passed my account yesterday, but I fumbled it. Yeah, I mean, the notes for this trade was like, it was kind of against my plan because the strength switch PSP was like so far away. It was like so long ago. Like it was all the way down here, and then I'm entering like up here. It was like almost an hour later probably. But I didn't show a screenshot, but we ended up getting like a strength switch. I think with this candle, this 9 o'clock candle, it closed bullish. And then I think ES and Y were bearish. So it ended up fitting anyways. And then after I gave that little second CSC that put me back in profit, it would have been a valid trade anyway. So it's fine. But yeah, that's a Monday. I just took one loss. I did have limits obviously for this trade. I even think I might have tried to take this before news or something like that. Oh yeah, I wanted to take this CSD right here, but it was like 5 minutes before news, and I was like, I don't want to wait till like 1 minute before, because it could like CSD here, then like be all the way down here, the news releases, and it might just switch me out. So I just waited, and yeah, ended up getting burned. But yeah, obviously like discretionary wise, it's obviously it was gonna go up higher, but like mechanically, it's kind of hard to enter. So most of my friends missed that too, and while some of them were like not mad that they missed it because like it was kind of hard to get in, I was kind of mad because I tried to enter, and yeah. And then I came into the day up 2.7 R, But after taking that loss, now I was down 1.7R, which I guess I forgot to take a picture of, but this is just the one loss I took, just one trade. And yeah, now I was going into tomorrow with plus 1.7%, so only up $800, which I think you can probably see it here. So after getting stopped out, now I'm only up $873. So it's 1.7R. But let's go into today now, Tuesday. So obviously Monday, pretty bullish candle on everything. And then today's candle, EQ's pretty bullish. We have this resting high up here. ES has all-time highs nearby, which I think it got there today. And then YM hit this overnight. So it's a great price action, right? We have a little 4-hour two-stage, but either way, YM ended up being the strongest, right? So we have the SMT with these candle lows, not really that significant, and then YM just pumps to all-time highs. Now when I come at 850, we're forming this 1-hour gap. So I'm looking to either use this or the 90-minute gap it's gonna form for SMT fill. So right at 9 o'clock, pretty much 9:04 at this timestamp here, we see we have this SMT fill with NQ and ES. And after that, like this is literally the 9 o'clock candle here. So it immediately CSCs after that. So even though I really want like a deeper retracement, when it like immediately reacts like that, you kind of have to take it seriously. So this is how I got in. All right, so here I get in. The 5-minute actually closes, which is kind of scary, but I just leave it. This candle does eventually close over. So right now it's a valid entry, valid trade. Stop loss is here. It's 9 o'clock low. And yeah, we're kind of just riding it out. I don't really get too nervous or like do too much when I'm in trades. I kind of just let it do its thing. I've been trading long enough and seeing my setups play out enough. And if they lose, I'm kind of comfortable with it now. Even though obviously I do want to win, I'm risking like 800 here because I need 1650 to pass. And then out of nowhere, get this massive pop up higher. And right, obviously I go break even, and I measured out. It was like, right, measured out here. It's 1.8R, which is my break even point. So move break even there, and then it's fucking comes back. It doesn't have any follow through, and ends up stopping me out at break even. So you can see here my balance hasn't really changed at all. I think I made like 14 bucks on this trade, and yeah, pretty frustrating because I could have passed this right before. And just the notes for the trade. I was reluctant to take it just because of like how high in the range it is. But after the immediate CSC, like I said, you gotta take it seriously. And then it is a high day, but because it's an all-time high market, I'm kind of hoping I don't get screwed. Otherwise, if this trade like loses a full loss, I'm gonna be back to break even on the account since I'm up 800 and I'm risking 800. Right, but like it is a valid trade I would take before. It's just I'm trying to avoid stuff like this just because of like how high in the range it is, but it is a valid sequence. And yeah, after that, I'm like, damn, it's almost there. And even if I didn't get slipped, it wouldn't have gone far enough, so just super unfortunate for me. And then the last trade was, not gonna lie, kind of some BS. So I'm basically holding the same idea as before, but you can see when it came down and stopped me out break even, and I think it was this candle, we're basically just retesting this set of opposing candles here, still holding the SMT fill, so I'm like, all right, if we like CST over here, I'm just gonna get in, and I was willing to front run it just because of how close this high was, just like how close the draw is, so. I actually entered before even like getting to record because like I was moving so fast. My top ticked it on the 1 minute here. So this is basically where the opposing candles are on the 3 minute, I think. And yeah, I just got in here, and after that, I think it was like immediate just profit, right? You can see just running right away. And right, the 1 minute closes all the way up here, so I basically got in right at this high. So risking 800 again, and track my stop loss to where I need it, or my take profit to where I need it to be to pass the account. 1650, which is like 10 points above that high pretty much. And yeah, I mean, it just runs, but like otherwise I don't think it was really a valid setup, like because the break even here was like valid, so taking this re-entry is not really, so not my finest hour, but just like I don't know, it was so close to the draw. I knew it was gonna pump, it did pump, so I just took it. Like just to manipulate higher, like wick it and then go down was like unlikely to me, so I just took it. But though it was crazy because like when I entered this trade, you can see my risk is like 961, so I actually ended up over risking just because like how much I got slipped, and probably the platform not being able to keep up with like where to change the lot size to. But yeah, right, and then shortly after that, I got the email from Funding Pips that my phase 2 is passed and my master account ready to activate. Right, you can see that made that 5%. That's 100% of the profit target. So I passed it by 34 bucks with that trade. All right, just the P&L calendar for this week. And yeah, this is my KYC. Got that approved. And then now my account's ready to activate. All right, so just going into the prop dashboard here. This is the master account. It's still in onboarding, which I think based on the text, it just means it's like integrating it with their risk management framework, which I don't even know what that means. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe just adding it to the system, but I probably have to choose this as well. So to choose my reward cycle, we have weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly, or on demand. And it should say so weekly it's 60% profit split, but you can get withdrawals weekly. Here it's bi-weekly, and you get 80% of your profits, or you can do monthly and get 100%, or you can do on demand and do 90%. But I think it's like futures where it's like a consistency rule. So I've already decided way before I got funded that I was gonna do bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, 80% of the profits. It should be good enough as long as I'm over the starting balance. That's literally a payout, right? So, oh, okay. Well, never mind. I guess I have to wait for the account to be onboarded, but I'll probably do that overnight and then just know in the next video that's what I'm going to be doing, bi-weekly payments or payouts. All right, then you want to take a quick look at this. Right, same thing you've already seen. Hasn't quite updated this thing yet, but you can see we've been through some stuff, right? This is phase 2, went and drawdown, then up higher. Same thing with the phase 1 really, but the phase 1 took like I think 2 months to pass or something like that. Only a 45% win rate, but obviously my wins are bigger than my losses. Have a positive profit factor. And then there's this month's P&L short calendar, the last month when I got the account. So it did take me almost a month to pass this phase 2. So I think it's mostly because I was fumbling though with my trading. I think I was not trading very well, but hopefully that is over now. And then just to go over my plan when I get this account. So it's a 50K account, so I have $5,000 to draw down, and that means 1% risk is $500. But like I already went over in my why CFDs are better, my risk management plan is going to be, I might pull it up actually. I don't know if you guys remember this little slideshow I made, but right, this is going to be my risk management for the CFD. So when I start the account, I'm actually going to be risking 0.5% of the account, so it's only going to be $250, and I'm going to do that either when I'm at break even or in drawdown. So let's say I win the first trade, then I'm technically up 1%, so I'm up $500. Then after that, then I can start risking $500. If I lose that trade, I go back to risking 0.5%, $250. So the goal is pretty much win one trade, up 1%, win the next trade with 1% risk, that's like 3%. And then I'm probably gonna try to grow the account by probably like 3 to 6%, and then either leave it until a payout or risk like 0.5% until I go back down. So maybe I'll try to grow it to 6%, and then I'll use half risk. And if I end up losing 2 in a row and go back down to 5%, I'm just gonna leave it for like however long it is, like the whole week, 2 weeks until I get a payout on it. So it's like 1 to 3K per payout probably. So that's already like my monthly income from a job, right? If you get like 2K per payout, it's like 4K in a month. Obviously it's not taxed yet, but that's pretty much what you'd be making from a job, at least me, as I didn't go to school or anything, I was working class. And yeah, obviously you can, if you know how static drawdown works, you can double risk because obviously you can double risk on CFDs, which is this one right here, because even if because after a win, you just have more drawdown. Unlike futures, it's always gonna be 2,000 of drawdown. So it's gonna stay here, and if you lose the trade then come back, then you haven't lost anything, you're just at your starting point, where futures, right, you go from 2,000 to now 1,600, right? But anyways, it's enough of that. Just a little plan real quick. Tomorrow we do have some 8:15 and 10 o'clock news. Normally I would trade this 8:15, but it's like orange folder, which is weird, but I'll wake up just to see what it does. But yeah, it is NFP week, so definitely want to be careful and try not to get in drawdown as soon as getting this account. Because even though I'm risking 0.5% and have to lose 20 trades to lose the account, that means I'm still going to be in drawdown for like a significant amount of time if I go on a losing streak right away. So a lot of yapping there, just talking about the plan, but that's the trade recaps. The way I got the funded, like overall, like locking in, I saw the P&L calendar, kind of just actually following my plan lately. I'm sticking to like 1 trade a day, 1 or 2 trades. Like all my losing days are pretty controlled. Like I think, like even these are all valid. Like this is like, I think because I lost in Asia, but yeah, I think I adhered to all my risk rules. I didn't really go on tilt, so at least not that I remember. But yeah, I think I'm going into this new funded with a good mentality, good momentum, and hopefully I can get a payout from this pretty soon. Like I said, I also just started that new job up, so I haven't actually started my first day yet, but it'll be happening soon, so I should be able to bring in income from both, which that can mean like, if I'm trading really good, I can end up making like 5 figures like total. And then I still have that other, my other challenge. I'm still on phase 1. I've just been trading like 1 micro lot every like week or 2 weeks, so I don't reach an inactivity rule. So I'm up like, I don't know, so I'm down like 70 cents on it. But yeah, it's gonna be it for me. Hopefully you guys had a good start to your week. Hopefully you guys caught longs on Monday. I know a lot of people did. And today, I don't even know, it's pretty ass, I'm not gonna lie. Everything's super overextended, but hopefully you did trade well and your trading is going well. So I'll see you guys and talk to you in the next video.